Have you ever found yourself thinking,
Why the heck did I just say that?
What was I thinking?
who am I?
We do a lot of things without really understanding why.
Look, there are a lot of things we don't control.
Family.
School.
Teachers. Geopolitical conflicts?
But today, we're talking about the one thing you do control, and that's you. It's time to slide into the driver's seat and gain some self-control.
As we gain emotional intelligence, we understand ourselves better.
And that means we can better control thyself.
That's the point of doing all that looking inward.
It better have been worth something.
Now, you can use that information to make better choices, to steer yourself towards the best path based on the outcome you want.
Using your self-awareness puts you in the driver's seat.
Because that's the best thing about all this emotional intelligence stuff. Making smarter decisions about how you hear things and how you respond.
Okay, but come on. Getting a ride place without having to drive kinda rules. Why should I care about self-control?
Well, self-control lets you guide yourself towards your desired outcomes. You get to choose how you want to present yourself. Look, we all know we've got different voices.
You've got the cheery voice.
You've got the grumpy voice.
You've got the voice you don't want your parents to hear.
You've got plenty. And when you activate your self-control, you can choose the right voice for the right moment. That's how you get what you want.
That all sounds pretty good, actually. So how do we do it?
We start by knowing what is in our control. Take a look at this. It's something we call the 3 spheres of influence.
The biggest sphere is the wider world. Major events, policies, homework, responsibilities. This is all stuff that will affect you, but you can't control.
That also means other people's behaviors, where you were born, and what genes express themselves in your DNA.
Next, you have the middle sphere. This is all the stuff that's close to you. Here you find your community, your friends, even the social media you follow.
Since these things are closer to you, you may actually be able to influence them through your behavior. But they also have an even larger effect on you.
And finally, this smaller circle of influence is you. Here, you do have full control. And that's something to take advantage of.
Sure, you can't control world politics, but you can control how you respond. You can control how much attention you give it or what you do about it.
And then, yeah, you can't control how much homework you're going to get, but you can control how to organize your time and which things you prioritize.
You can't control how awful social media is,
Or how addicting it is.
but you can control how much time you give to it.
And yes, technically, you can't mind control your friends, but you can influence them. Your good choices may help them make good choices.
And you can definitely choose the company you keep.
Think of your closest friends as the passengers in your car. Sure, they aren't driving, but they can definitely influence how that trip is going to go.
The bottom line is be aware of what you can control, yourself, and control it.
Because gaining emotional intelligence also means you've got a responsibility. You get to choose what you put out into the world and how it'll affect others. You must protect your friends from grumpy you.
You wouldn't like me when I'm grumpy.
Self-control means you've got the power to persuade, to help, and to stand up for yourself.
And keep in mind, self-control doesn't have to mean you're totally on your own. Asking for feedback or help can be a huge asset in building better self-control. You're in the driver's seat, but it's fine to ask for directions.
We hope you learned something there. Now stick with us. This trip isn't over yet. Next, we're going to be looking at ways to identify difficult emotions. I will turn this imaginary car around. That's better. Come on, steer yourselves towards this next video.